Hello everyone, here I am again for Tipsy homework. And yes, it is Super Bowl Sunday. Unfortunately, I am studying. The Super Bowl is on. I mean, you've probably seen the reflection of my glasses, but I'm not really watching it. I don't really like um, football as it is, unfortunately. I know it's crazy, but I don't. So I'm studying, and I actually have to watch the commercials for a homework project, but that's about it. Anyways, tonight we'll be going over biology. I know we had a lot last time, and I probably have maybe a little bit less this time, but I enjoy biology. It's a lot more simple to me than math is or algebra. But so tonight for my drinks. Oh, and just so you guys know, I have figured out how to rotate the screen so things won't be backwards anymore. Ta-da! It's so exciting, I know. And hopefully it'll help you guys make more sense of it as well. But tonight for my drink, I have this Deschutes, I guess it's called. I don't know. It's a river ale, and it is from Bend, Oregon. It's actually pretty decent, so I'm enjoying this right now. Just for tonight, I went to the store and I got a pick your own six-pack. So I got a few different things, and maybe you'll see them in my other videos. So let's get started. So tonight we're going a little bit into the chemistry side of biology, and we will start now. So first of all, we have this fun stuff called matter. Now, according to my note card here and my teacher, of course, which is where I get the notes from, matter is anything that takes up space or has mass, and it is composed of elements and substance. Next, we have our primary elements. Our primary elements on this earth include oxygen, hydrogen, carbon, and nitrogen. Those are our four most abundant elements on earth. Atoms, yay! Anyways, atoms are our most basic unit of life. It's our chemical element of life. It's made up of neutrons, which have no charge, protons, which have positive charges, and electrons, which have negative charges. Three things that make up an atom. Next, we have molecules, and molecules are a group of atoms that have bonded together. Now, a compound. A compound is when a molecule has more than one type of element. So it would be like H2O, which is water. But it's more than one, it's a molecule. Chemical bonds, yay! Chemical bonds, there are three main chemical bonds. They are covalent bonds, ionic bonds, and hydrogen bonds, and I will get more in depth with each one of them as we go. So, first up, for our covalent bonds. This is when two atoms share an electron. So that would be like H2 or O2. It's just that, two atoms sharing an electron. And out of our three bonds, these are the strongest bonds. Next, we have our ionic bonds. Ionic bonds are formed when oppositely charged ions are attracted to each other. So that would be like salt, NaCl. And these bonds are not the strongest, but they're also not the weakest. They're right in between. Yeah. Now we have our hydrogen bonds, which out of the three bonds, yes, you have guessed, are the weakest bonds. Now, the definition of a hydrogen bond is when it is formed when opposite charges on two molecules are attracted to each other. So it's an example of that is DNA or H2O, water, surface tension. The surface tension of water, not water itself, but the surface tension of it, if that makes any sense. Anyways, yet again, these are the weakest bonds. And this isn't really categorized as a bond per se, but it is called the van der Waals attraction. Yes, van der Waals attraction. It was developed by this guy named Van der Waals. Strange name, I know. But I guess it's like the shapes of proteins, pretty much. Now, I'm still learning about this, so I'm not entirely sure exactly what it all means, but I have the basic definition. And for those of you who are more advanced than I am in school, which I'm sure there are a lot, maybe you'll understand it better than I do. But pretty much what this says is attraction between molecules or within molecules that occur when oppositely charged regions approach each other. That's that. Chemical reactions. Chemical reactions are when molecules or compounds are chemically changed. So that's like photosynthesis, how plants take the sun and the soil and break them down into energy. Okay, now we have reactants. Reactants are the molecules that participate in a reaction. They're the team players, pretty much. Now the product are the molecules formed from that reaction. Pretty cool. Excuse me. Next we have water. Pretty simple. Water. Pretty much the most important thing on this planet. All organisms on Earth are 70 to 90% water. Water also has unique properties that make it a life-supporting substance, which is why we go to all these different planets in search of water, because we believe that water is the most important and that we can't have life without it. So therefore, if there's water on another planet, maybe there's life on another planet too. I guess we'll have to figure that out. And water is also a solvent. It breaks different chemicals and different bonds and such down. Now, solvent. A solvent can dissolve substances. Example, water. Now, we have things that are hydrophilic. Hydrophilic means that these molecules are super attracted to water. They're like in love with water. They can't live without it. They're like, oh my gosh, water, come here, I love you, I miss you. Hydrophilic. Now we have hydrophobic. Those are the jerks, the assholes, whatever. They're like, water, screw you, I don't need you, I don't want you. That's like oil. Oil and water do not mix. Obviously, they are not friends at all. Now let's go over the properties of water. Properties of water, it has a high heat capacity. So pretty much what that means is it can maintain a lot of heat. What it says is it protects organisms from temperature changes. So it helps to reduce the level of temperature changing at a dramatic speed. It has a high heat evaporation, so it takes a lot of heat for water to evaporate. And it helps keep the temperatures within a narrow range. As I said before, it regulates it. And last but not least, our solid form of water, yes, it is ice. But what is strange about ice? And I'll tell you what's strange about ice. Ice is less dense than water, which is why it floats. And it is the only thing that freezes that does that. And why does that? Because ice, it actually expands when it freezes, which a lot of substances don't do that. So, thank you for watching again. This is our second set of notes on biology. I hope you enjoyed, and remember, drink responsibly, but drink well. So, if you're in for a good beer, this stuff isn't too bad. It's not quite as great as River Horse, but it's still delicious. So, drink up!